In today's video, you'll get 6 tips on how to start your front lever journey. I'm still here in Bulgaria, and as you might have seen the last video, I brought a crazy athlete on the channel, and that was Nathan. And today, he's here again, and he will give you the 6 tips you need to start your front lever journey. So Nathan, you're here again.
I'm glad to be back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do today?
Today I'm going to try to teach you guys how to have a proper front lever, even front lever touch, if you're courageous enough. So we're going to take the bar right there, and I think we can start soon.
Yeah, great. I think we start with tips number 1.
Let's go.
So you were so many to like the previous video that I was obliged, almost forced, to do a part 2 about front lever. So let's go with tips number 1. I want you to go over a pull-up bar. If you're a short guy like me, you're going to have trouble to reach it, but it should be fine. It's not the hardest part yet. Up, you reach the bar. And what I want you is to be completely static, inhale, and try to retract your scaps as much as you can. And you can do small reps like that. I want you to feel the squeeze in your lat. Almost as you were going to push the bar in this motion. That's going to activate, and I think it's a pretty good warm-up actually for a good front lever hold. Okay, that was tip number 1. Okay, so for the second tips, what I want you is to put your favorite elastics on the pull-up bar. Get on your knees, okay? Put some tension in your lat, so I want you not to be relaxed and retracted like that. I want you to let your scap go up. Get your elastic, try to retract and pull down. Retract and pull down, okay? And it's going to be exactly the same motion than a front lever. What you're going to want to do in front lever is this motion. That's a front lever motion. If you put me like that, but in a different axis, that's a front lever, okay? And that's exactly what we're working with this exercise. That's exactly the activation of lats that we want for a front lever. Then progression, you take the elastic higher, you do the same. Maybe you heard my back of shoulder crack, pop. And then it becomes more intense, and when this becomes too easy, you take the other one over there, and you go down. Okay, same with the other one, so you can see the 2 sides. You let your scap go, you pull down, and that's that. If you want more stability, you can sit on your feet, and you can even put another bar or something to hold yourself to stay in the right position. So, I don't know, for example, a front lever bar over there. You can take it to stay stable. Up, retraction, and pull down. And pull down. I advise you to do this motion for warm-up, very important. Not mandatory, of course, but can be interesting. You can also, if you don't have elastic band yet, and you're at the gym, there's a motion that is exactly the same, but with the pulley and the stack, and you pull down. And you pull down. Okay, maybe the other side so you can see. And you pull down. There you go. Okay, all good. So that was the second tip, right? Let's go for a third one. So now it's a little progression that I want you to follow. First of all, take a comfortable grip. So about the grip, in holds, you don't really care. You just need to be able to close your hand strong. However, for pull-ups, for touch, what we want is a false grip. What is a false grip basically? It's to be able to put as much skin crisp over there. Maybe you can check. I go reach very far and I crisp my skin. So all of this is just helping me to shorten the range of motion that I will have when I'll do pull-ups, okay? But for holds, which is the tip number 3, I think, yeah? For holds, it's going to be normal grip, okay? So, we want Not too retracted, not too protracted. We try to stay neutral. And you can do little holds like that, okay? Once you feel more comfortable, you can be normal holds over there. And once you'll be very comfortable, what I would like you to try is some little pull-ups. You don't have to go all the way up, but eventually at one point you'll be able to. Okay? So there is no real tips about that, or maybe we'll see later, but the progression is pretty straightforward. You tuck. Once you have the tuck, you try to do pull-ups. It's fine if you're not managing to touch the bar all the way directly. Once you have more pull-ups, you can try to touch the bar to put more range of motion. And once you'll feel more comfortable, you can even take out the false grip. And then the range of motion gain like 5 centimeters, and then it's harder. Okay? But now it's going to be the most difficult part, the full front lever and the straddle front lever and all the progression. Let's go. Fourth tips going to be full front lever. It's when you master the tuck pull-up with all the grips, so false grip, no false grip. And of course, it's not really like levels, it's just like a little progression. You don't have to follow it. If you can already hold front lever, do the front lever. Don't go like with the pull-up stuff. If you can already reach the motion, like I said in the previous video with the planche, if you feel like you can already full planche before straddle planche, go for full planche, okay? So same, if you can already full front lever, go for full front lever. However, there is a lot of people that don't have it, so best progression for me would be tuck, keep to full, to tuck, keep to full, to tuck, keep to full, okay? That's one. Then, if that's too hard, you can go 1, 2, 1, 2. Quite important, so let's call that a bonus tips. It's just for the overall look of your front lever. We can't really see with my jeans, but I'm not fully extended like that, and I don't have points either. I'm in between. Why? Because I want to keep a neutral shape in my leg in general. I want it to look as straight as possible. Problem is that when you have a tense back, which is what's going to happen for you if you're a beginner, if you're very tense like that, you're going to have the posterior chain of muscle that is going to be very tense. What's going to happen if your posterior muscle gets tense? It's going to bend the knee. Very quick example. Do you see my arm? I'm going to contract my bicep. So I'm straight. I know it's not straight because I have bad elbows. Let's say it's straight. I'm going to contract my bicep. You see what it does? It folds my arm. When I contract my bicep, it folds my arm. It's exactly the same. When you're going to squeeze your hamstring, it's going to fold your knee, which is not the best. So to counteract this, I'm going to activate my quads to stomp like that, and it's going to give me a straight line. It's a little bonus tips. Do whatever you want with it. It's maybe for later. For now, the form, we don't really care. It's not that important. It's just for you to know, okay? So we were one leg, tuck full, and eventually you'll be able to do little holes like that and let yourself go down. Holes like that, let yourself go down, okay? So to me, straddle progression is, at least in front lever, quite irrelevant because you're going to spread your legs like that. What happens when you spread your legs? Your hip gets in that motion, which in front lever you want to keep as neutral as possible. So then you'll be like that and you'll learn this motion, and it's going to corrupt your form for later. It will be an hassle to convert into full front lever. It's too much work. One leg is way better. You're already in front lever. It's as easy as straddle. Don't bother with straddle. Fifth tips, which is going to be quite challenging, but if you really did the activation with the elastic band and the retraction thing I showed you just before, this should become maybe a bit easier, okay? So what I want you to is do maybe a one leg, and when you're up there, you put the second leg and you do the negative, one leg, raise, back, negative, one leg, etc., etc. Now, if you have the strength, you can directly do a little raise like that, okay? So this is going to be very, very helpful for your lime. It's not going to be very helpful for the front to touch. The front to touch tips is coming just after. But this is going to help you for your overall abs, lats a lot. If you have the proper motion, you can squeeze with your lats. It's perfect. Okay, and yeah, this is the exercise to go if you want to increase your front lever holds. So for front lever holds, I would say doing attempts at the beginning of training, max holds, 3, 2 tries of max holds, and this. As much as in the previous video I said that the pressing motion is what's going to make your planche better, the pressing motion in front lever is going to make your front lever better overall. Okay, so I'm going to show you again. I almost forget about this one. I hope I can show you. When you finish your press, there is a little trap motion over there. It's not going to be a retraction like that. It's going to be a little trap motion of retraction like that. I hope I managed to show you that. And when you are right there, you do the trap. I hope we see it. Do we see it? Perfect. Okay, that's the little chef kiss, little tips, little secret that is going to make your front lever raise a lot more efficient, okay? So raise in full, negative in one leg, or raise in one leg, negative in full, depending on your level. And then we go with the 6 tips, which is about front lever pull-ups. Okay guys, so this is tip number 6 and probably the last one, unless I have a little last idea. I'll give you a bonus one. So this is going to be about pretty advanced stuff. Once again, take off your rings when you're doing the stuff because you can hurt your fingers. Okay, we're talking about front lever to touch, okay? So what I want you to do is to pay attention to my belly, okay? So, okay, now we're going to see what happened. If I'm being honest with you, I did not force on it, but normally you heard me go like, and if you heard me, you might ask, why did he do that? Did he breathe out? Did he breathe in? I breathed in. What I did is that I forced my stomach to pump like that. I think powerlifter call that bracing. I'm not sure, you can verify. If you're a powerlifter, say in the comments if it's bracing. You're going to breathe, but from your stomach over there. And what's going to happen is that when you're going to pull the bar, you're going to see, I'm going to show that in front lever. So I'm going to exhale all my hair, and then I'm going to inhale, okay? Not sure that you can see this difference, but this is doing all the thing, okay? This is very important. When you're pulling, I want you to inhale. It can be counterintuitive because when you're going to use all your strength, you're going to be tense and block and exhale your hair. You need to be relaxed and be able to inhale when you do the motion. Now, this is only for a few beginners, okay? Because some of them will do it inconsciently. But for people that are very tense and like since the beginning, relax and open your chest. Also, what's very important is that in the body, there is a motion that is very interesting. When you inhale, what's going to happen is that there is muscle in your chest that are going to stretch to allow your chest to open and to allow your lungs to deploy, okay? So, and what happened when my chest open? My back to retract. And what happened when my back retract? I have a better front lever form. And if I blow on my hair and I crisp, then I'll be like that, and it's not a proper form for front lever. So I think inhaling, having a good retraction, and then going. So I blow, and I inhale. And I think that's the biggest cheat code ever for front lever. Let me know what you think. Okay guys, little bonus tips because I love you so much. It's going to be about the pull-ups, okay? So, I know some people can struggle with pull-ups, and to get started, if tuck pull-ups are not enough, I want you to try this one. Basically, you're going to lean forward, just like in a muscle-up. When you do a muscle-up, you do a little like that, and when you're there, you go. Exactly the same. You're going to let yourself go, and when you come back, you do the pull-up. I'll try to show you exaggerated so you can see the motion. Okay? Of course, that's not a proper form. It's just to get this few first pull-up going, okay? Guys, I want you to understand that for beginners, the form is not that important. I know it's social media. I know you try to be as pretty as possible. Build volume. Create a base of volume before trying to get the perfect form. You think I got my form, my level like that? It took me 7 years to get a decent level. Allow yourself to do ugly stuff like that and then convert it into something prettier. So if your pull-ups look like that, it's completely fine. It's volume. Then with time, you're going to convert it into form and it will become much, much better, okay? Little hip motion, it's fine. Little going forward and backward, completely fine. As long as you know in your mind what is the proper form and as long as you're creating the volume, that's what we want.
So I think that was some awesome and unique tips that you often don't hear on social media. So thank you really for being here again on the channel.
Of course, man.
And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that. I will link it down below in the description, and we'll see. Maybe in the future there will be more videos.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It would be a pleasure, man.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you and have you here. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Ciao, guys.